as to what is happening in the city of Mariupol, where Russia has declared control over the city of Mariupol in Ukraine, and this means that the fate of nearly about 100,000 civilians who are trapped in the southern port city actually lies in the hands of the Russian President Vladimir Putin. Satellite images released by the US company Maxar showed what is thought to be a mass gravesite just outside of Mariupol. And this has led Mariupol's mayor to accuse the Russian forces of burying their bodies in order to hide their death toll. Ukraine has estimated that nearly about 20,000 people have been killed in Mariupol since the 24th of February onwards. Our next report gets you all the developments.
President Vladimir Putin claimed victory in the biggest battle of the Ukraine war on Thursday, declaring the port of Mariupol liberated after nearly 2 months of siege. He called off plans to storm the vast Azov-style steel plant, which covers more than 4 miles, and where hundreds of defenders are still holding out. He said they'd be hermetically sealed in instead. Putin's declaration of victory lets him claim his first big prize since his forces were driven out of northern Ukraine last month after failing to capture the capital, Kiev. This was Putin in a meeting with his defense minister, Sergei Shoigu, at the Kremlin.
I consider the proposed storming of the industrial zone unnecessary. I order you to cancel it. This is a case where we must think. I mean, we always must think, but in this case, more so, about preserving the lives and health of our soldiers and officers. There is no need to climb into these catacombs and crawl underground through these industrial facilities. Block off this industrial area so that a fly cannot pass through.
Ukraine's presidential advisor Alexei Arestovich said Russia decided to blockade the Azov-style plant because it sustained huge losses there and could not take it by force. Putin called on the remaining Ukrainian fighters in Azovstal to lay down their arms, saying Russia would treat them with respect and provide medical assistance. Shoigu said more than 2,000 fighters are holed up there, and called Azovstal the de facto headquarters of the far-right nationalist Azov battalion. Moscow has promised to destroy the battalion, which is now incorporated into Ukraine's National Guard. On Tuesday, an Azov commander, apparently holed up at the plant, rejected Russia's call to surrender, but urged that the civilians with them be rescued. A few dozen evacuees left Mariupol by bus on Wednesday, with more evacuations expected. But Ukrainian Deputy Prime Minister Irina Vereshchuk said an agreed humanitarian corridor to evacuate civilians from the factory had not worked as planned, blaming Russian forces. She said 1,000 civilians and 500 wounded soldiers needed to be brought out immediately. Capturing Mariupol is central to Moscow's plans to cut Ukraine off from the Sea of Azov and forge a land bridge connecting Russian-annexed Crimea to Russia. It has seen the worst fighting of the war and its worst humanitarian catastrophe, with hundreds of thousands of civilians cut off under siege.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.